Hi guys, and welcome to prediction week 4. We come back off the international break. Just a quick apology for that about 25-minute rant that I had about Arsenal last week. Got it all out of my system now. I'm ready to come back to the Premier League prediction videos and give you some score predictions. So we start with the lunchtime kickoff on Saturday. We have Manchester City versus Liverpool, and obviously Liverpool absolutely demolished Arsenal 2 weeks ago. I don't even think they got out of second gear, to be honest. They just absolutely battered Arsenal. Arsenal just didn't have a fucking clue what the hell they were doing. And fair play to Liverpool. They turned up, and they did the business. They always seem to do the business against the big boys, to be honest. I remember they went to Manchester United a couple of years ago, won 4-1 there. I think they beat Chelsea last season 2-1. So they always seem to turn up against the big boys, but struggle against the small sides. But I'm going to go for a lively game in this one. I'm going to go Manchester City 2, Liverpool 2. Let's go for a good return to the Premier League after a boring international break. Let's go for a lively game, and let's go for 2-2. We now go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and we have Arsenal versus Bournemouth. And obviously, if you watched that review about Arsenal that I did last week, I said it's come to that stage now where, if Arsenal lose 2-0 against Bournemouth, or even just lost to Bournemouth, I wouldn't even be surprised anymore. That's bad, isn't it? That's bad that you wouldn't even be surprised, if you lost to Bournemouth. No disrespect to Bournemouth at all. They're a good side, but when we're Arsenal, we should be challenging for titles and and competing for trophies and everything. And you're sitting there saying I wouldn't be surprised if a team like Bournemouth, beat us. Times really have got bad at Arsenal at the moment, and I think something seriously got to change. I don't think Wenger should have signed that contract, like I did say in the review last week. Obviously he has. I think he's lost the dressing room, to be honest. And we'll definitely see if he has. The players don't perform for him this Saturday. I think if they lose or they don't put a shift in for him, then I think he has lost the dressing room, to be honest. Where the hell do we go? Where the hell do we go from here? We beat Leicester 4-3. We did play quite well against Leicester, to be honest. Our defending was shambolic though. Again, the defending was crap against Stoke. But we did absolutely batter Stoke, to be honest. But our defending was shit as usual. Finishing. Sorry, our defending was shit as usual, and our finishing was shit as usual as well. What do you expect when you take your world-class striker off when we're needing a goal? And then we had the Liverpool game, and do I need to say more? I'm sure many of you watched that game, and many of you saw my review. I don't need to say any more about that. So we now have Bournemouth at home and against the Emirates. I don't think Bournemouth will beat Arsenal at the Emirates, to be honest, but having said that, I don't think Arsenal are going to beat Bournemouth either. So I'm going to go Arsenal 1, Bournemouth 1. And if you start Lacazette, I think Lacazette will score and prove my point. Do not leave me on the fucking bench. I think Lacazette will score this weekend. Also, a question was thrown into the press conference. Will Jack Wilshere play in this game because he played for Bournemouth last season? I don't think you throw him into the game just because he played for Bournemouth last season. Hadn't I said that, I don't think he can do any worse than what the players did last week. But I don't just think you throw a player into the team. I think he's got to work his way into the team. You might be able to put him on the bench and give him like 25, 20 minutes to get a bit of fitness. But you don't just throw him into the team just because he played for Bournemouth last season. To tell you the truth, that'd just be stupid. So leave your comments in the comment section of what do you think. I don't think you just throw a player straight in. I think that player's got to work for his position. But that's just me anyway. But for that scoreline, I'm going to go Arsenal 1, Bournemouth 1. We then have Leicester versus Chelsea. I think Chelsea started a little bit slow at the start of the season, but now they're starting to what we saw last year. The Chelsea of old, and I'm going to go Leicester 1, Chelsea 3. We then have Southampton versus Watford. Two teams again that have started off a little bit slow, but Hannah said that it is at St Mary's, so I think it's going to be Southampton 2, Watford 1. I think Southampton's going to be a little bit too strong for Watford, to be honest. I've then gone for a lively game. We have Everton versus Spurs. And again, Spurs are going to be a little bit pissed off, that they drew to Burnley last week, or the week before, sorry. In the 93rd minute, I think it was, which is great, to be honest. No, I'm joking. Well, not really, but I have to be fresh on there. Yeah, and I'm going to go for a lively game on this one. I'm going to go Everton 2, Spurs 2. And I've gone exactly the same scoreline for Brighton versus West Bromwich Albion. How do you like that? I've gone for Manchester City 2, Liverpool 2, Everton 2, Spurs 2, and Brighton 2, West Brom 2. So if anything's to go by my scorelines, we're in for a very lively weekend. We then have 5:30. We have Stoke versus Manchester United. You really can't knock Manchester United at the moment. They do look really, really strong. Yes, people are saying, oh, they've only played Swansea or they've only played West Ham and blah blah blah. But you know, you can only play what's put in front of you. And hey, we played Stoke, and we lost. Do you know what I mean? And I think that I think that Manchester United are going to win this. I'm going to go Stoke 1, Manchester United 3. So yeah, people can sit there and they can say after this game, yeah, it's only Stoke this, it's only Stoke that. But listen, people will turn around and say Arsenal lost 1-0 to Stoke. So you can't say that. You can't say that anymore. You can only play what's put in front of you, and they're doing their jobs. And they are top of the league at the moment. I think they've got the best goal difference as well. So, you know, you can't knock them at the moment. But yeah, Stoke 1, Manchester United 3 for me for that game. We then go to the Sunday kickoffs, and we have Burnley versus Crystal Palace at 1:30. And again, two teams probably going to be down the bottom, fighting for relegation. It is at Turf Moor, but I do think Crystal Palace are going to win. I'm going to go Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 2. At 4 o'clock, we have Swansea versus Newcastle. Again, two teams that are probably going down the bottom as well. Newcastle obviously going to be favourites to go down as they've just come back up. You know, teams that usually get promoted, you know, they're usually favourites to go straight back down. However, I do think Newcastle will win this. I'm going to go Swansea 0, Newcastle 2. And at 8 o'clock, we have Monday Night Football, West Ham versus Huddersfield at 8 o'clock. And I've been really impressed with Huddersfield actually this season, you know, for coming up. And I think they're going to win this game actually. I'm going to go West Ham 1, Huddersfield 2. So that has been my predictions for this weekend, guys. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope my scorelines is to go by anything, you know, so we're in for a lively weekend. As I say, I do apologise for that rant that I did last week. I know some people, you know, some Arsenal fans will sit there and say, you know, don't apologise, you know, for getting your views across and, you know, for expressing your opinion, you know, but also people who aren't Arsenal fans and like to keep this on a professional basis, you know, doing the predictions, you know, and people probably saw a character of me that they haven't seen before, you know, so I do apologise for those people. But obviously the Arsenal fans and some other people will, they do fully respect and get that, you know, I'm a passionate Arsenal fan, and it does really upset me and hurt me when we put in performances like that, like we did last week, and the position that Arsenal find themselves in at the moment, you know, and we didn't sign anybody again, by the way. You know, we only bought Lacazette really, and the Tank, I can't pronounce his name, so don't ask me to. You know how I'm on about the Tank and Lacazette. We didn't sign anybody else, so it's the same mistakes. But so this is why sometimes I go into ranting mode and I get depressed and, you know, whatever. But I'm sure you guys, you football people, you understand. But I'm not, you know, on my behalf, I do apologise to the people that didn't really wish to see that. So I do apologise. But I'm just explaining to you why I get into that situation, you know, and why I had to do that video. So thank you for watching this video again, guys, and sticking with me. And I'll see you next week for next week's predictions. Thank you for watching, guys.